I keep straining my ears to hear a sound. Maybe someone is digging underground. Or have they...
Hip hop, too nice, too pretty. What are you gonna do to it, bro? Take a razor, slice. Yeah, I don't know what that was. If you know anything about underground hip-hop, you know this beat. This is like the Necro song. I might play it, I might not, probably won't. But if you know Necro or who he is, this song, Underground, is like the Necro song. Any juggalos or whatever who are like, oh, nah, like blah, 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 no. F out of here. GTFO, bruh. Down with Ron since 97. Not so down with him anymore. But what are you going to do? Artists, they change, they evolve. Sometimes you like where they go, sometimes you don't. It's what art is, right? Artists is being true to themselves, hopefully, but, you know, maybe they're not. Either way, you don't have to like what they're doing. Alright, you're listening to Something Clever with your man, Jeep Ward behind the board, a.k.a. DJ Halo. I'm gonna get into some music. What is it? It's new music that got sent to me for radio or airplay, whatever. So I'm gonna get into it. There's gonna be some like Lee Scratch Perry, some all natural, bunch of cool stuff. So let's get into it. All right. Thanks for checking me out. Every Tuesday, 8 to 10 p.m. Something Clever. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Let's get it. Yeah, 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 yeah. In case you didn't notice, I also look like I'm like a pitcher from the 70s or something. This hair is out of control.
In the front seat, you'll be in the back, and I'll be having fun, but you'll be off the track.
Party people in the place to be. Party people in the place to be.
Taskmaster burst the bionic zit splitter. Breakneck speeds, we drown 10 pints of bitter. We lean all day and some say that ain't productive. Could that depend upon the demon that you're stuck with? Cause right now, I see clearer than most. I sit here contented with this cheese on toast. I feel the pain of a third world famine. Said wait, we count them blessings and keep jamming. Tis him, scumbag, scum of the earth. His worth was nil until he gained the skill of tongues. From 15 years young, straight to my grayback self. I stay top shelf material. Jerk chicken, jerk fish. Break away slave bliss. Generate G's and then we stash them in the Swiss. Fools can't see this. Under your pistols, a fist full of hip-hop duns. I progressing in the flesh. Esoteric quotes most frightening. Duppy took a hold of my hand while I was writing. Leg on me ting, Duppy, leg on me hand. I summon up the power of Banana Clan. Witness the fitness, the prophet liveth. One hope, one quest. Witness the fitness, the prophet liveth. One hope, one quest. Witness the fitness, the prophet liveth. One hope, one quest. Witness the fitness, the prophet liveth. One hope, one quest. Swigging that heat root juice. Now we there burning boots. Set them spirit them loose. Go hit the flesh of the news. With conclusive proof for both the truth, the right. Cause with a wicked shine for boost bike or travel kind of trash. Manifest that with oats and roots rap. Manifest that, yeah. I do my zing way. Ain't nothing else I know. Gone up in the light with this a ragged bone. Flow street, flow street, flow street, flow street.
come también, si no vacilo, se come también, que para gozar. Iriribum, 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 iriribum. Come también, si no vacilo, se come también, que para gozar. Hiriribum, hiriribum, hiriribum.
Yeah, how's it going? You're listening to Something Clever with your man, Jeep Ward behind the board, aka DJ Halo. That's me. And I do love hip hop. This shirt is like hella big on me, but I don't care because I like rocking it. Obviously, tonight is not going to be only hip hop music, but I just thought I'd throw it on and represent. This is like a huge sticker that I also have on one of my black books. This is back like from my backpack days. I literally bought this at Scribble Jam. So that's going back a little ways, right? Anyway, Besides my love of hip-hop, what happened? Well, you heard some cool songs from a variety of artists. One of them being Nonas Pedro with Yuri Yuri Boom, the mellow redrum, and that comes from the Heat Rock Records record pool. I don't know how to say it. I'm all messed up. I missed my yoga class today, and I was gonna spend time to prepare. Instead, I did yoga on my deck, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Hey, it's 7:30. I gotta get myself together," and so I'm all over the place. What are you gonna do? Before that was Roots Manuva with a track called "Witness," remixed by the man, the myth, the legend, Amerigo Gazwe. Heatwave Star, The Story, Plattern Edit. What up to my man DJ Plattern out there in the Bay? Also from the Heat Rock Records record pool. And I kicked it all off with something that is unreleased thus far. Well, at least off a project that is unreleased. This track is obviously released because it's an old song, but it's going to be on a compilation that's coming out on Soul Jazz Records called Rocksteady Got Soul. Grab yourself a copy now because they're going fast. And that is the Clarendonians with a track called Table's Gonna Turn. And that's all I got for you. I'm taking a break from pontificating and just talking about the music, and I don't really have much to say about the digital music that I just played, except Heat Rock Records. Check them out. They got 45s, they got this, they got that, they got what you need, which is vinyl and dope music. So let's get into it. You're going to hear the Alchemist remix of a track from Denzel Curry and Kenny Beats, but it's not Kenny Beats because it's a remix by the Alchemist. So it's Denzel Curry and Kenny and Alchemist. Kenny Beats is on the sideline crying his eyes out because he's from Greenwich. They all do that. Let's get into it. Something clever with your man Jeep Ward behind the board, aka DJ Halo, every Tuesday 8 to 10 right here on the Internet.
Staring at the sun until my skin turned iron. Woke up in a dream, dog, swear I started flying. From governors to politicians, everybody's lying. Stop it, now you gotta answer to the question. Whatever they rock with is something non-toxic. Chop it, mix the green juice with the CrossFit. Better get my weight up, you other lost it.
Stop it, now you gotta answer to the cosmic. The non-toxic.
Chop it.
bones and backbone. Seamus known as esoteric, Rex tracks like gallstones. You're prone to perish for biting sentences, printing lyrics on your J card without citing references. Crazy ill kids feel me like placebos, but I don't pull steel like Magneto. I leave you black and blue like Max Rebo. Off of my cerebral, God complex but no cathedral. I hammer heads like Momonadon, underground like radon. Throw my tape on, I burn your wax down to a crayon. Word, I used to take chemistry and physics. Now I take it to your chest piece like a bishop. What is it? Seamus ripping apart mental composites. Diagnostic, caustic, I deposit brains of rap stars in glass jars. My frame's composed of more species than Madagascar. I gobble suns like a quasar. Your Haley's Comet, and all the low I rock don't make me patriotic. I'm still robotic, rebel, alliance medic. Seamus the god awful, also known as esoteric.
I'm the creator of the rhymes you praise. I'm only trying to show you what you ready keep on missing. All of y'all with the gall, I will leave in a daze. So sucker MCs, please think twice.
I'm knocking some sense to kids like boxing events. My toxin dispense, blocking your vents like oxygen tents. That clubbish, singing in the break stuff is rubbish. You never catch Seamus rhyme with that stuff published. So stop the gimmicks in the image that you're mimicking, cause that will be detected like aflatoxin carcinogen. Behind me, my cortex nematode drinks strontium 90 and spits it back in your face kindly. Remind me to stomp a silly goose. Your shit played like the power of Zeus, a joke for those that try to produce. You couldn't be real if I turned you to magnetic tape, or you tried to replicate my whole genetic state. I generate like electricity, devastate with symmetry, penetrate heads with metal plates. I set it straight like alignments. Put your whack raps upon consignment, cause you can't get paid until you sell out with rhyming. I'm in a state of euphoria, android warrior. Your raps are getting sorrier and sorrier. The protocol drugs players like Topley, tsunami, and I'm hissed like Cobra's army.
I'm the creator of the rhymes you praise. I'm only trying to show you what your records keep on missing. All of y'all with the gall, I will leave in a daze. So sucker MCs, please think twice. I'm the creator of the rhymes you praise. I'm only trying to show you what your records keep on missing. All of y'all with the gall, I will leave in a daze. So sucker MCs, please think twice. I'm the creator of the rhymes you praise. I'm only trying to show you what your records keep on missing. All of y'all with the gall, I will leave in a daze. So sucker MCs, please think twice. I'm the creator of the rhymes you praise. I'm only trying to show you what your records keep on missing. All of y'all with the gall, I will leave in a daze. So sucker MCs, please think twice. I'm the creator of the rhymes you praise. I'm only trying to show you what your records keep on missing. All of y'all with the gall, I will leave in a daze. So sucker MCs, please think twice. I'm the creator of the rhymes you praise. I'm only trying to show you what your records keep on missing. All of y'all with the gall, I will leave in a daze. So sucker MCs, please think twice.
Yeah. Shit was poppin', my nigga. Peace, Lord. Shit, word. Light me up. Yo, check it. Yo, boss player. Let's get money, dog. We can talk later. Your brain's all on the floor, on the wallpaper. Your thoughts are looking like art. I'm not an oil painter. Your blow is on my favorite cross trainers. I'm selling sex. I'm a human god. My card look like a unicorn. You got on a lukewarm uniform. All my songs go bouillon. Your bars don't cut the great poupon. 40 bands, Ferrari, Tour de France. Talk to tramps to a deep trance. My speech is advanced, you see the seats pecan. I was wearing D squared, my Caesar fair like Puerto Rican hair. Yeah, and feel aware you had to be there. We contract killers to work freelance. You just a mark in the game, I left a mark in the game. It's an Audemars Piguet. I can ball on y'all for days. Like a ball on y'all, I got strings. I pull strings, nigga. Fuck you think it is, nigga? One man spot this week, nigga. I know y'all niggas be out. Fucking suckers. Off the hen, I feel like Pimpin' Kent. I ain't never been content. Continental bent with tent. Move militant. Killer content. Y'all not cognizant. Might even have a cog missing. Pop shit don't make the plot thicken. I pop Chris, y'all ain't got a pot to piss in. Shit, nigga. Platinum 918. I breathe and simultaneously make cream while I daydream. This rap shit a slice of cake. I'm like Dice Clay, I ain't got nothing nice to say. Shit. The XK like great, me and your differences night day. My chain be looking like an ice tray. Dropped a lot of cash on the chronograph with the fly color contrast for all my comrades. Cuban cigars dry the cars fast. The money got washed in the laundromat. I kept it boss Mac, used a human doormat. I was nice back when whores wore Jordache. Yeah, I'm all that. Yeah. Huh. I can ball on y'all for days. Like a ball of yarn, I got strings. I pull strings, nigga. You saw that, nigga? I'm all that. Huh. Fuck, nigga. I was nice back when whores wore Jordache, nigga. You already know, nigga. Fuck, ain't nothing more to say, nigga. Yeah.
I'm not trying to be no big thing.
I'm not trying to be no big thing.
I'm not trying to give you no advice.
Can't tell you how to live your life, blood.
I'm not trying to be no big thing.
No role models up in here, what?
I'm not trying to give you no advice.
Blood, I'm not saying that I'm anything. Who am I to give man advice? It's not that I know best when trust, blood, I don't. All I know is if you're coming from this manner I'm from, you'll find enough man will test ya. Don't think they won't. Everybody's on their own little hustle just to find a way to try get through when you're raised in this house creep. And if you're making some papes on these estates, man will try and get you. So you run and grab your bucky. You count your blessings every day, but still accept you'll have to take your losses. It's money that you're making, especially if you're coming up in the ranks against the big crime bosses that are all sitting hating. The jealous ones will always envy, so you're there saying, nah, who wants it? Let them fucking spite ya. They're out to get you, so you get them first. And look, now you've done it, cause you're riding a lifer. Stop.
I'm not trying to be no big thing.
Man ain't trying to be nothing big, blood.
I'm not trying to give you no advice.
I can't really tell you how to live your life, get me?
I'm not trying to be no big thing.
Nothing big stuff.
I'm not trying to give you no advice.
I'm from a man where the last 20 years have been infested by the crack cocaine that you'll find man endeavoring to come down from the pranging man are shoving needles in their vein with juice full up of heroin. We're all stuck in this struggle, but it's not as if we can't see that enough man's out there shot in work. They use it for an escape, as if it's really gonna set man free when we're still digging in the dirt. The schools are underachieving in the grade, so it's minimal wage by time you go to look a job. But on the streets we're learning every other aspect of the criminal trade, so instead we're gonna look to rob. It's like a gamble for your life on this manner, so you hope that you win, or else you'll just be running shook. And I can't tell you how to live any better, I ain't no big thing. Trust me, listen to the hook. Look,
I'm not trying to be no big thing.
I'm not trying to be no big thing.
I'm not trying to give you no advice.
I can't tell you how to live your life at all.
I'm not trying to be no big thing.
I ain't trying to be no biggie, blood.
I'm not trying to give you no advice.
So what's the method for the madness? For any of these kids who get left out on these streets, where you'll find everybody's fretting and walking round with screw faces, thinking that pure bad beef is all they likely bound to get in. Don't let anybody get in your way from trying to chase your dreams, blood, wherever they might be. You've got to go for wherever you wanna be, no matter if that might seem however unlikely. If you don't go make a start for the better, then your wish won't change and you'll just get left behind and end up like so many brothers who still out here going insane, feeling like they've lost their mind. So get left in the dust if you're not gonna make your start, instead of just sitting and wishing. Nobody's getting any younger, so you know you have to play your part if you wanna better your position. Listen,
I'm not trying to be no big thing. No. I'm not trying to give you no advice. I'm not trying to be no big thing. No. I'm not trying to give you no advice. No.
get your visa. Get your believers. When we say we getting around, at the walls of your city or town, open arms and we're all getting down. Yeah, yo, what y'all know about this global movement? When we say we getting around, at the walls of your city or town, open arms and we're all getting down. Yeah, yo, what y'all know about this global movement? This is the first person narrative written to put you on in the picture of the world, and we building a better bomb. A future I couldn't have seen if somebody read my palm. I figure you dead wrong, like Biggie, I'm headstrong. Believe us, we've been around the world like Lisa Stan. It's likely to make a fan as we ought to meet your fan. Never been to Neverland, but I feel like Peter Pan when we got the darling took on the vitamins and mediums of Viva. La vida loca, Brazil to Europa. Be impossible without the host. The hostess is an extra sofas. I don't know neurosis, so my travels take me overseas. I just know that Glee is singing foreign language contemplates as dreamers. Have to be as all you cats know to keep rocking these rap shows. We're setting the plateau, the front to the back row. We jazzing like Satchmo. Throw your threes up, ease up, everybody scream arriba. When we say we getting around, at the walls of your city or town, open arms and we're all getting down. Yeah, yo, what y'all know about this global movement? When we say we getting around, at the walls of your city or town, open arms and we're all getting down. Yeah, yo, what y'all know about this global movement? This is the second verse carrying all of my thanks and gratitude to various longitudes and different degrees of latitude. We ought to share the attitude, friendship share the family. Represent the elements from beatbox in the barrier and meet us at the local airport in your area or the road over the area. You know, the more the merrier. Hit the road, adventures ensue. Range from hilarious, variety to precarious, like how we'll make the stream before it leaves us. But it all works out to say the least. Cause the folks like DJ Rectate and the turntable least. At East, I've always got a bed to sleep in fresher beats. Jabo nasty, cool, your dour style, scam, beat appetite. Plus Lokita, that's my dog for real, little retriever. In London, I chill with apple juice and Sarah Karen teaches. Spare a mattress on the floor, couldn't ask for any more. FYI, I probably snore. Find the noisy, close the door like Achievas. You all rest, you all so fresh. You always got a place to rest when you come to the US. That goes for Sosa, Gino, and all the dopest people that I met around the globe. We are from the same amoeba. When we say we getting around, at the walls of your city or town, open arms and we're all getting down. Yeah, yo, what y'all know about this global movement? When we say we getting around, at the walls of your city or town, open arms and we're all getting down. Yeah, yo, what y'all know about this global movement? Visas, come on, visas. Everywhere you get your visas. Get your, come on, get you. We're gonna get you, come on. We're gonna get you this time. We're gonna get you, we're gonna get your passport, get your visa. Everywhere you wanna be, 3P and Zaja Z, NYC to BSBZ. Yeah, come on, threes up. Party people, everybody throw your threes up. Let's SWE's up. One Entertainment, throw your Z's up. Yeah, Rabbi D's up. One time, HG's up. That's my man on the beat, Zaja Z's up. Yeah, worldwide. I see you, Paso Fundo. I see Porto Alegre. I see Florianópolis. I see you, Charlesburg. I see you, Praha. I see you, Berlin. Yes, we're there. Yes, I see you, Brooklyn. Go home, though. I see you, Brooklyn. I see you, Brooklyn.
Yeah. Hold on, the beat's gonna kick in. Alright, what's up? Got your man, your mellow, your ace, Jeep Ward behind the board, aka DJ Halo. Something Clever is the name of the show every Tuesday night, right here on the internet. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and of course, in the replay. That track was called Visas, and it features my man, my mellow, my ace. His name is Rabbi Darkside, he's from Brooklyn, New York. Well, he's actually from upstate New York, Buffalo to be exact. But I think I'm a little bit unsure who. I think the album is by Brazil, like a group called Brazil, and that just features Rabbi Darkside. It's not actually a Rabbi Darkside proper track. But anyway, he killed it like usual, bastard that he is, and it was good. Before that was Skinny Man with a track called No Big Ting. That was also a 12-inch that I purchased my first trip out to England, and I got it like in the like 2 hours before my flight back to the U.S. I went out to like Piccadilly Circus and a couple other spots to check out the record shops, and would just go in there. Everyone's like, yo, I gotta get it on flight in 90 minutes. What you know about UK hip hop? And then they'd be like, huh, huh, huh. Oh man, you gotta check out this record. Oh man, you gotta check this out. But anyway, I got hip to Skinny Man way early in the game. It's like 2005 or something that I had that record. And No Big Ting, that's like off his big breakthrough album. So that's what's up. Skinny Man, shouts. Before that was Jen Sudeen. Track is called Ball Yarn, and it features the man, the myth, the legend. His name is Rock Marciano. Now he's not a boxer, he's an excellent rapper. Kicked it all off with 7L and Esoteric, their famous track called Protocol Holocron, and it comes originally from the Rebel Alliance LP, which is what I played it off of, but it appeared on 7L and Esoteric album, probably their first one, which would have been, I don't know. I like got a couple 12 inches, and I like seeing Esoteric like perform live. He's pretty dope off the head, but their albums, I was like never really sold on them being like album based. Like they had a couple dope tracks, but I was like, Dangerous Connection, not really. Nah. So like I never kind of got into them as like an album artist. They were just people that I knew of and respected in the scene, but I didn't really know much of their music. So sorry guys. 7L is a dope DJ and a really good producer, and Esoteric is a really dope rapper. Shouts to Seamus, but I just never followed them as artists. I don't know why. Because I was a big fan of Liff, big fan of Acrobatic, same time and place, Boston scene, but just never got into them. Sorry, guys. Maybe next time, right? Anyway, we're going to get back into the music. You're going to hear a track. So I recently purchased on Discogs. I've been doing a lot on Discogs. If you want to check out my Discogs store, look up DJ_Halo on Discogs. You'll find my store. I don't have a ton of stuff, like maybe 200 records or something posted, but it's all quality stuff. I'm trying to thin out my collection. It's just getting ridiculous. I mean, I'm not Scratch Bastard or something, 30,000 records, but you know, I got 8 to 10,000 records, and it's a lot of records, honestly. So, you know, whatever. I don't have like endless funds like some people who, you know, some DJs who like, you know, show up to do a gig in Japan and there's like 5 record dealers hanging out at their hotel waiting for them. That's not me. I mean, I'm out here buying these records or like, you know, getting them from my job or whatever. So anyway, that being said, I got a Discogs store, and I picked up an album that I had the chance to pick up when it was first new, as a discount promo copy or whatever from Kim's Underground on St. Mark's in New York. For whatever reason, I slept on it. My buying of Anticon early on was like a little shaded because most of my friends were like straight NYC dudes, right? Like they were all Team LP and Co-Flow, which I respect and I was down with. You know, I was part of the New York scene, but at the same time, I really liked what Anticon was doing and a lot of the abstract rappers at the time were doing, but it shaded my buying because people would be like, yo, what do you got there? And if I was like, yo, I got that new Soul album, they'd be like, pfft, and I'd get clowned on. So I just like wouldn't bother buying it. But anyway, Soul's second album, Selling Live Water, Picked up a copy finally on Discogs, and I'm so happy I did. I listened to it like 3 times yesterday for Easter or on Easter Sunday. Some light listening for Easter Sunday. So I'm gonna play my favorite track off the album. It's called TP on a Highway Blues. Let's get into it. Something clever with your man Jeep Ward behind the board, aka DJ Halo.
A good portion of devotion on sale to the stale-skinned from bitch happy everyday troop. Got my bells on, it keeps my ears ringing in pairs watching. Wishing I'd stop quietly judging with my mouth open and hands at the switch. When they stop the earth, whose ass will get headed up in? It's most likely you never get the perfect tip or learn to take hints. I want a new television cause my book's getting old and out. Watch the news and advertisements and find a new way to change my life. Guaranteed of course, because the names we trust happen will always be the only answer. Girls like to hold hands, have my life squeezed out once or twice. Let's call it even and we're balanced like a crock of shit or a hell of a life. On a walking mess to the upscale where they sniff dreams off fingernails. Fill it out on a scale of personal gain, mapping out the universe of wife and kids with no name. Big house atop a hill to block the sun for those who can't afford it. Throw some crumbs to the starving idealists. Do they not bleed the same? Are they not men? Simply hitting a cup of paper at my feet, stopping for attention when the demon barely blinks. Side of the slide. Now I'm on the North Shore, laughing at my top-con buddies who got laid off. Who needs references anyway? I've been working for God in all the wrong social circles. I could have been a programmer, but this much I still am. Not a man or a teacher, just a student in denial with more to give than they could possibly take. When there's nothing left to disagree with, I'll chop off the face of the planet and give him TV land back to its rightful owners. Of confident devotions of stability, the difference between a blow-up doll floating in a bath with the flame of a slip into the hospital, they covered in borrow money. All these days are beneath you. This floor's a slip and break your neck on, and bottles of vodka you can't see through. Parasite to parasite, what's eating me is eating. The absolute hardest thing about being here is how you wish you could fast forward the way it dragged. Now they got drugs and computers to do that for you, till they can be you and replace you and convince you that they love you and never meant to harm anything so innocent. But hope it gets killed crossing in traffic. I promised myself I wouldn't kill anything in the song, but you leave me no choice. Cause I can't complain, I can't believe I'm still waiting for people who overextend themselves by saying hello or underestimated greediness. And how loneliness will drive entire blocks with big private television sets. All the clap on distractions and video inspirations are the reason I can barely hold a one-sided conversation and sit still with our knees shaking. I pull the hair out of my head away for bats to fill the room, but all I got's a receding hairline and another shitty grin. Does that leave anyone?
God to man. It says, hey there, how's it going? Long time no see. I know I haven't been around much lately, but it didn't seem like you wanted me to be. The last time I sent down a message, you nailed it to the cross, so I figured I'd just leave you to it, let you be your own boss. But I've been keeping an eye on you, I have, and it's amazing how you've grown. Into the technological advances and the problems you've overthrown. All the beautiful art you've created with such grace and such finesse, but I must admit there are a few things I'm afraid have impressed me less. So I'm writing to apologise for the horrors committed in my name. Well, that was never what I intended. I feel I should take my share of the blame. Not the good I tried to was corrupt and organised religion getting into full swing. What I thought were quite clear messages were taken to unusual extremes. My teachings were taken out of context to meet the agendas of others. Interpretations taken in different ways, hidden meanings discovered. Religion became a tool for the weak to control the strong. With all these new morals and ethics, survival of the fittest was gone. No longer could the biggest man simply take whatever he needed, because damnation was the price. If certain rules were not heeded. Some of the deeds committed in my name make me wonder I went wrong. Back at the start when I created this, the foundation seemed so strong. All the elements were already here. Long before I began, I just tried to put them all together. I didn't really think of a long-term plan. I made the sun an appropriate distance, laid the stars across the sky, so you could navigate this globe or watch a sunrise. I covered the earth with plants and fruit, some for sustenance, some for beauty. When the sunshine and clouds rain, their maintenance was your duty. But giving creatures own attributes, about making them develop. Gave you all your own space to grow, in your own way space to develop. I didn't know that such developments would cause rifts and jealousy, just a war against each other. Leave marks this planet indelibly. You see, I wasn't a creator, I was more the curator of nature. And I set things straight with homosexuals right now. I don't hate ya. I was a simple being that happened to be the first to use such powers. But I just laid the ground. It was you that built the towers. It was you that invented bombs and fear that comes with them. It was you that invented money and the corrupt economic system. You invented terms like just war and terms like friendly fire. It was you that didn't know when to stop digging deep, when to stop building higher. It was you that exhausted the resources I carefully laid out this earth. It was you that saw these problems come and bred them little worth. It was you that used my teachings for your own personal gain. It was you that committed such tragedies, even if they were in my name. So I apologise for my mistakes, when my words were misconstrued. This apology to Mother Nature, because I created you.
I woke early one day after a restless night. I watched the stars burst and filled the morning sky with light. In my hazy
days I noticed something on my bedroom floor. It was an envelope I don't think I had seen before. I opened with caution and in it did reside a map and a note that said join me inside. I had nothing to do that day outside of my head, so I decided to just follow and see where it led. It led me to a door, I grabbed the handle and used it. Stood before me was the physical embodiment of music. I could barely believe mine, she was a sepia goddess. Every contour was perfection, yet her demeanour was modest. Even armed with all this beauty, she was in no way belittling. I'd liken her body to the opening riff from Little Wing. Her eyes burned deep with the passion of a nameless chain gang, and lips smiled with the vibe of son of a preacher man. She told me how she'd evolved over time. We sat in this empty room with just a bed and some wine. We'd talk for hours about the things she'd seen and done, but not boasting. We'd pause as infidel, raise a glass and just toast things. We had a meeting of minds. She breathed new life in this old brain. She was the milk in my claw, I was the heartman to her culture, and showed me scars she'd acquired each time a genius would depart. Jimi Hendrix on her left hand, Johnny Cash on her heart. Different fingers, Mingus Davis, and her legs scarred for Elvis, Ray Charles and her eyelids, Jim Morrison on her pelvis. Then she asked about me and my musical stylings. All the things in life I found somewhat inspiring. I paused, the wine making me feel quite cocky, feeling whatever I said she would take in and not mock me. I said I'm a wordsmith and artist, I'm deep like the TARDIS. Every time I aim for something, I'm gonna hit the target. She joked gangster rap, I said no but drop the G. You might start to get a better description of me. Angster rap, she said, if it sticks you'll regret like that. The most appalling moniker since the dawn of Dan Lassalle. She was a sepia goddess, yet her demeanour was modest. Her hair was wild like the darkest, deepest of forests. Many before me had fallen at her feet and died, but that night made a connection and she'd let me inside. She was a sepia goddess, yet her demeanour was modest. Hair was wild like the darkest, deepest of forests. Many before me had fallen at her feet and died, but that night made a connection and she'd let me inside. Some of these clothes are looking old, just like my jaded character, who thinks like an old bro, but sometimes acts like an amateur. This hat's an old classic, in the first stage of dilapidation. It's a fair valuation. It is making this equation a little top heavy, if you know what I mean. Because there's a fine line between a classic and a has-been. As I finished that sentence, noticed the sadness in her eyes. This moved me, left my mind wondering why. As we laid there, she buried her head in my chest. I wrapped my arms around her, stroked her with the sweetest caress. I wanted to find the right line that could make her sad head lift. Wanted a chance to breathe life back into music like Redshift. Said she'd grown sick and tired of the same shit. I said, if there was anything in the world I could do, she should name it. She said, sit in public places and quietly observe all of this speech's mannerisms, every action and word. When something inspires me to concentrate on that thing, get a pen and pad and then produce a vocal offering. She said, bring the lost art of conversation back. I'm sick to death of awkward silences and all that crap. It's time to talk to one another, share your thoughts and facts. Then the more knowledge you give, the more you get right back. I looked her in the eyes and said I'd do what I could. Then she held my hand and kissed me, but not like a lover would. But then it also wasn't like a close friend or relative. Instead of exciting, it was calming like a spiritual sedative. And then we laid there until I woke in an empty room. If I couldn't smell her skin, I'd be inclined to assume that I'd dreamt the whole thing, but I knew that I hadn't. And I'd seen the perfect balance of beauty and talent. After a moment of reflection, I rose to my feet, opened the door with squinted eyes and stepped back into the street. I kinda staggered home and got out a pen, and she said, I wrote down my inspiration and here's what it read. She was a sepia goddess, yet her demeanour was modest. Hair was wild like the darkest, deepest of forests. Many before me had fallen at her feet and died, but that night made a connection and she'd let me inside. She was a sepia goddess, but her demeanour was modest. Hair was wild like the darkest, deepest of forests. Many before me had fallen at her feet and died, but that night we made a connection and she'd let me inside.
What? Inside what? Inside what, Scroobius Pip? Her house? Her something else? I don't know. Alright, enough messing around. That was Dan Lassac. That was technically a Dan Lassac track featuring Scroobius Pip. It's not a Dan Lassac versus Scroobius Pip track, so far as I know. There's just like a stencil on it. There's no note or any. There's no idea. No, nothing IDing it. Nothing to tell me what it is. I don't know. I don't even remember where I got it, but I got it. Anyway, I'm just calling it Dan Lassac Untitled featuring Scroobius Pip. It's probably something else, but maybe I'll research it. Certainly not tonight, but maybe sometime elsewise. Before that was a actual Dan Lassac versus Scroobius Pip track, and that is called Letter to God, From God to Man, and it was remixed by Nigel Goodrich. Nigel Goodrich, I feel like I know he's a somebody, but I can't place it, so don't quote me on it. And before all that was none other than, yeah, you guessed it, Soul, Teepee on a Highway Blues off his second album, and a hugely selling album for an underground rap album of that time. It sold like, I don't know, 50,000 copies or something like that. But the album is called Selling Live Water, and it was an official Anticon release before he became Soul in the Skywriter Band. So, little rap history for you. You're listening to Something Clever, watching Something Clever, doing Something Clever with your man Jeep Ward behind the board every Tuesday right here on the internet, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Yeah, you see how I'm mixing it up? It's like a shell game. And yeah, it's 8 to 10. Check it out. Tell your friend about it. Maybe I'll have some extra change in my pocket. I'm just kidding. I don't make any money off this. I just do it for my own mental health. So I don't care if you're watching or not. I'm just having a good time performing. Ha ha ha. Joke's on you. Let's get into it. You're going to hear something off Sudan Archives. First, her debut full album, but her third record on Stone's Throw. It's called Athena. Track is going to be House of, and it's only where? Yeah, you guessed it. Right here from my studio in Durham, North Carolina. Something Clever with your man Jeep Ward behind the board.
call it dollar sign. Focus on the bottom line. We will never fall behind.
Speak glory in the name of the God. Speak holy in the name of the Father. The white man ain't trying to pay me proper. I'm trying to get a ring for my baby mama. In the world for my daughter, my son, him go to flowers. People never want to say they don't care. Fake rage for the checks getting clear. I ain't trying to live my life to compare. Just pay me for the love that I share. Yeah.
Can't wait by my mama place. Lay her down, she can quit today. Hit the max on my card today. Pay it back as soon as I can pay. Focus on the bottom line. We will never fall behind. Focus on the bottom line. Why they call it dollar sign? Focus on the bottom line. We will never fall
hoes, rich things, super freak, what you know about those, yeah. Why you playing with it then? Don't look, don't touch, don't play with it then, yeah. You don't gotta think like that. How you been so things, you got it like that, yeah. You can ride a wave if you wanna. Spend a couple days, you can stay if you wanna. Don't spend the night with it, this is first class flight. Don't fight with a nigga yet.
She a freak, she a dancer. She gon' pop it on camera. Throw it back if you nasty. Drop it like it's elastic. Go ahead, break it down real low. Go ahead, break it down real low. Go ahead, break it down real low.
Stop playing with it, red light, green light, go. You remind me of suicide dogs. Pretty face with a body like whoa. Hit it with the lava lamp on. Catch a cab, pack a bag with your overnight clothes, yeah. You can look good for a living, come chill for a while, what's good for a minute, yeah. I'm just trying to get a taste before I get it like this, like that, this, like that. Pretty coke, bottle frame hoes. Patty cake, anything goes. Red light, green light, go. Stop playing with it, gon' break it down real low.
She a freak, she a dancer. She gon' pop it on camera. Throw it back if you nasty. Drop it like it's elastic. Go ahead, break it down real low. Go ahead, break it down real low. Go ahead, break it down real low.
Stop playing with it, red light, green light, go.
She a freak, she a dancer. She gon' pop it on camera. Throw it back if you nasty. Drop it like it's elastic. Go ahead, break it down real low. Go ahead, break it down real low. Go ahead, break it down real low.
Stop playing with it, red light, green light, go.
Once I left your crazy, I took a therapy session. I won't be richest with the wealth, I'll be the richest in blessings. I said, you made a bet today, said I can't leave my bed today. You tapped me on my chest today, wanna rear your head on a bet today. You made a bet today, said I can't leave my bed today. You made a bet today, said I can't leave my bed today. You made a bet today, said I can't leave my bed today. You made a bet today, said I can't leave my bed today. You made a bet today, said I can't leave my bed today. You made a bet today, said I can't leave my bed today. You tapped me on my chest today, wanna yo on a bet today. Black dog, you be barking. I always saw y'all injuring you and y'all as target, but
Could this be true? I don't need you. I don't need you. Oh, wait, this is true. I don't like you. I don't like you.
can't you see I'm rich? Same chicks, how'd you do me like that? Running off of my bag. Same chicks, hey, how'd you do me like that? Running off of my bag. You ain't.
Wait, could this be true? I don't need you. I don't need you. Oh, wait, could this be true? I don't like you. I don't like you.
I said you built like a bozo, and your teeth look decayed. And I'll beat you to the shot, so get the f out my way.
Back of the range, we on the road. Paper to burn, flower to smoke. Shoot my shot, shooting the breeze. Shot in my heart, weak in the knees. Lady, now you back in your bag, where did you go? Safer to run, figures you leave. Gone with the wind, dip with the weed. Look at me, thinking we be thicker than these. Looking at you, looking thicker than grit. Shed a shot town tear when you did with the shit. Like she with the shit. Catch your again, I proceed with the bliss. You ain't throwing no passes. Float like a butterfly, rhyme like cashes. Style over fashion, curve like a gutter ball. Curve, she was butterworth. All my just asking what happened and got me like, wait.
Wait, could this be true? I don't need you. I don't need you. Oh, wait, this is true. I don't like you. I don't like you.
Just wait in the hallway, babe. I don't like the smell of
When you live in a poor neighborhood, you're living in an area where you have to have poor schools. When you have poor schools, you have poor teachers. When you have poor teachers, you get a poor education. Poor education, you can only work on a poor paying job. And that poor paying job... have poor teachers, you get a poor education. Poor education, you can only work on a poor-paying job. And that poor-paying job...
I got snow in my pockets, went down again head first. Lace drill bits to my point shoes, pirouette through the hardwood to pay dirt. Night falls, day breaks, time has a funny kind of violence, and I'm trying to keep in mind it can't leave you the way it finds you. Good grief, I've heard people say it, what a phrase, what a state to be in, but I don't know where they go to get that feeling. And my knees stay clean, not much for praying. I do my own stunts and my own saving, but there's something amiss, something I've been missing. Maybe there's good grief, but how can you tell it from the bed? Maybe it's only in the fact. Good grief's the one that's in your past. They say there's good grief, but how can you tell it from the bed? Maybe it's only in the fact. Good grief's the one that's in your past. This time my best wasn't good enough. Well, usually it is. And the air got a little rough. Took out the fuselage, the engine, and both wings. But I'm willing to work for this. Just show me what it did, and I'm ready to hurt for this. I know exactly what this is. Good grief. I want that good grief, the one that heals me, that leaves me clarified by fire when I'm burned clean, tempered by light and heat. Ah, by the dead of morning, I'll be better for it and then fortified. I'll rise, bust the hydrant, let it through champagne. Wings are broken, but I feel no pain. It's real today. I know this feeling that I'm in. They say there's good grief, but how can you tell it from the bed? Maybe it's only in the fact. Good grief's the one that's in your past. They say there's good grief, but how can you tell it from the bed? Maybe it's only in the fact. Good grief's the one that's in your past. And secrets don't like to be kept on mine. Jumped over the fence, I guess. I should be upset, but I'm in my nightgown on the lawn, thinking better that they're gone. I've been afraid of this so long. It's a relief when it goes wrong. This can melt me down, recast me, burn me clean, like glass from sandy ground. 'Cause I'm here now, and this can melt me down, recast me, burn me clean, like glass
Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, you're listening to your man, your mellow, your ace, DJ Halo, aka Jeep Ward behind the board. Real name, no gimmick. That is my name, son. Jeep. My parents named me that. What are you gonna do? That was Dessa with a track called Good Grief. I think she's lying. There ain't no such thing. That is something you got to get over, period. Like, I don't know, grief, it's a natural, it's something that happens, but like, you got to get over it. You can't just like hold on to it. It's not something that fortifies you. It's not, everything in life is something that you learn from or you don't. Like, grief doesn't make you any stronger than having things easy do. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just when people are in a hole, they need something to hold on to be able to like be like, oh, there's a reason for this. And it's like, no, there's no reason for it. It's just happening, bruh. Like, you don't gotta, why does it gotta have a reason for you to feel better about getting over it? Know what I mean? Like, nah, just do it. You know? I mean, I'm not most people. Like, I've been through like a lot. I've had a lot of advantage given to me, but at the same time, I've been through a lot of crazy stuff, as has everybody else. So like, you know, I'm not everybody. Like, I get up all the time. Like, nothing knocks me down, nothing stops me. But, you know, like, grief is one of those things that like, yo, something happens to you, you're gonna grieve it. It might be a couple weeks, couple months. Might be the rest of your life. You never know. But that grief ain't gonna make you better. It's not gonna make you stronger just because you have that grief. There's no good grief or bad grief. There's just grief. And how you deal with it is what's good or bad. Take that, Dessa. Before that was C da Afro or C da Fro. Anyway, that track was called The Busy Groove, and that's off of a fantastic new label that I found called Sound Exhibition Records. Really, really cool stuff. Stumbled on them over at the band camps and downloaded a bunch of stuff. They're cool. I appreciate them. Really interesting stuff. Sort of like funky reworks, similar to what I get from Heat Rock Records, or, you know, a lot of people like doing this type of funky rework, remix type of stuff. So, you know, the Motown on Mondays type of thing. So it's a hot thing. I hope it sticks around for a while. I hope it's not just a trend, because it's a fun, cool dance format that offers a lot of like interesting possibilities for remix. So hope it keeps happening. Before that was Anchor Song with a brand new track. He's got a new album coming out this spring. I'm really excited. So Anchor Song is one of those interesting characters. He's kind of a meek, kind of a meek dude, not necessarily like a personality per se. And on some level, I feel like that has like hindered him. You know what I mean? Because people want to like relate to somebody who's like, I'm a winner, right? But he's just not like that. He just makes really, really good music. He knows how to flip an MPC and just kill it. But he's like he's not an in-your-face, outgoing type of dude. And it's unfortunate because he makes really amazing, cool, well-produced music. So check him out, Anchor Song. Dude's put out like 3 albums already, and he's got a new one coming out soon. So check him out, Anchor Song, all one word. Before that was Genesis Ausu with a track called I Don't Need You, remixed by who? I'm unsure, but it features Mick Jenkins. Before that was Joey Perp. He's a Bay Area cat, remixed by Cutzo, also a Bay Area cat. He's like a huge deal in the Bay. If you don't know who Cutzo is and you live in the Bay, then you're like, you ain't paying attention to DJing. Dude is like all over the place. He's like a really huge DJ out there. Like him and Miles Medina, like those dudes are like doing it out there. Before that was the Beastie Boys' Shazam, remixed by CLSR, another sort of remix group that I found in my wanderings on the Bandcamp. So check them out. CLSR, all capital letters. They do like lots of cool remixes of stuff that you know, may not know. However it is, check them out. Give them $1. Do something. Buy. You know, because the art's not free to make. It shouldn't be free to use or own. Kicked it all off with House of the Tuning 2 off the Sudan Archives full length called Athena. Let's get back into it with a track, the Extra 45 off the pre-order version of the box set of L. Michaels Affair's new album called Yeti Season. You're going to hear the title track. And yo, check this out. This thing is crazy, right? It's like a whole box, like a literal box. Right? Do you know how much this cost me? And there's a children's book in there. Right? But like, do you know how much this cost me? Not enough. It cost me like $45 with shipping. Like, how is anybody making any money on that? It's crazy to me. Big Crown Records. You got up your margins, homie. I'd have paid $65. But I'm glad I didn't. Let's get into it. You're going to hear the title track off L. Michaels Affair's new album. It's called Yeti Season. Let's get into it. Holler at your boy, Something Clever. Tuesdays 8 to 10 right here on the internet. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
When the cold wind starts to blow, I see his footprints in the snow. Then I get my boots and go, 'cause as you know, I am a pro. It's Yeti season. I catch his smell on the cold, crisp air. I catch a glimpse of his cool white hair. I may look like a little girl, but I am the bravest in the whole wide world. It's Yeti season. Winter's the Yeti season. I just wish I knew the reason why he thinks he has to hide. Why can't he just come inside? Why he thinks he has to run when he could be having so much fun. I'd make him a cocoa, not too sweet. I know what Yetis like to eat. Maybe he's just scared and shy. I just wish he knew that I will never make him cry. I just want to dance and play on a happy winter day. We can sing a Yeti tune under the smiling winter moon. Someday I'll find my Yeti friend. This song will have a happy end. We'll sing and dance and laugh and play. He'll laugh at everything I say. I'll show him how a human walks. He'll teach me how a Yeti talks. There's no reason Yeti season can't be today.
kill the boss.
Yet you kill the boss.
Computer programs, shadows in the night. You just need game and performance. Your life is a prospecting company. Businessman, yet you kill the boss. Computer programs, shadows in the night.
You can be someone if you grow with me. Your simple song is something else. You simulated your love for me. You can be someone if you grow with me.
You just need game and performance. Your life is a prospecting company. Businessman, yet you kill the boss.
International love affair. It's a love affair. International love affair. International love affair. International love affair. It's a love affair.
since the song is an instrumental, I'll let you know it is Raul Gomez with a track called Da Capo. Da Capo. I think it's Da Capo. Yeah. Before that was Kella Ketla with International Love Affair. Dukes, or do, like the French term, D-E-U-X. Dieu. Mon Dieu. No, that's not how you pronounce it. Anyway, track is Game and Performance remixed by J-Rock. It's off the J-Rock Minimal Wave Edits, Volume 2. Kicked it all off with L. Michaels Affair, title track off his new album called It's Yeti Season. That's the Companion 45, that's like a kid's story about Yeti season. So let's get into it. You're going to hear more music. What are you going to hear? You're going to hear Freedom Singers and Larry Marshall with a track called Monkey Man, which has been covered by a million ska groups. My favorite being the Specials off their first album, which is self-titled. Anyway, let's get into it. Holla something clever with your man Jeep Ward behind the board, aka DJ Halo.
And the locust stay high, that's right. So don't worry about them, they frowning. When they frowning at you, because they see what you could just do, you getting me. Just keep it so very true, just wanna live. I wanna sing it with you, it goes ooh, la 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 ooh, la 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 ooh, la 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 ooh, la la la. Yeah. Fine nights in a place with a tank and all night shine. Right, go back on time, I know we just go right. Time, if you give it your best, if it tells you mine. Right, that you shine, not forget all that shit we've been through. Just why not live? Keep it so very true, you know I see. I could see that in you because it feels right. It feels right, don't you know? Every day the sun shine, don't you know? Every day the sun shine. That's when I find light in a place where the time get on and shine. Right, go back on time, I know we just go right. Right, if you give it your best, it'll test you mine. Find that you shine, said you mine. Find that you shine, I said you mine. Find that you shine, I said you mine. Find that you shine. So fine, light in a place where the time can all not shine. Right, oh my God, time I know we just go right. Right, if you give me your best, I'll test you right. Right, that you shine, I said you mine. Right, that you shine, I said you mine. Right, that you shine, I said you mine.
The witching hour of 10 o'clock approaches. I want to thank you for checking me out. If you stuck it out for the whole show, if you're just jumping on, however you found me, I'm glad that you did. Thank you so much. If you want to find out more about me, go to halodoesn't.suck.com or look me up on social media, Halo Doesn't Suck or Halo203. Specifically Twitch /Halo Doesn't Suck, YouTube Jeep Halo, and Facebook Jeep W Halo. Till next week, live life, don't be a jerk, and I'm out.